I told you that we had at least another Golden Debate Show. So here we go. Part 2 of 17, Golden Debate Show. goldendebateshow.com. Like, comment, share, download. At host. Corruptionate. It's your boy, Tonius. Golden Debate. Let's get it. We got a crazy part 2 show.
Hit him with it.
Hit him with a little knowledge. Open up, you know, the train of thought, because you got to have an open mind, not an empty one. Huh?
Yes.
Science. Okay.
Get that mac and cheese, everybody. Get that mac and cheese. Get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
Golden Debate Show. Yeah, the golden debate show. Golden shower.
Follow around. Hit him with it.
So we got so many crazy clips and there's so many different variety and they jump kind of all over the place that I want to get into the song right now. So let's do it. Tone didn't get a chance to hear this one, so let's do it. Golden Debate Show. Fuck yeah, Golden Debate Show. Like, comment, share, and
Early morning mob.com.
See you on the other side.
Niggas straight tell me I'm slipping.
Down there in one of those calico.
I need to watch my
There's other
position.
guys, what they look like, I don't know.
Not to be trusted. A weak link in the team, in the chain to get busted. Don't trust her. Lovers for suckers. Too many enemies is out there, son. Trying to bring the ruckus. Keep a tight circle. Don't let them rain on your parade. Keep doing what we doing, getting money and getting paid.
The enemies all around me. One mistake and they'll down me. They just want to rain on my parade.
Yeah, I feel this fucking song, man. It should be like part of the Golden Debate Show somehow, you know?
Yeah, buddy.
Because somehow you either golden or you just a hater. Oh, got some of it. Fuck. I slipped on my itchy finger.
The dark side of the Force is calling you.
It's mind-boggling. The heart wants it. The mind rejects it. Fuck the past. Let's put the present. That's my lady. She would never backstab or cross me. Stand butt naked in the storm, sipping the frosty. You forced me to choose, I'ma follow my heart. She was there from the beginning, but I tore them apart. No more DeLucas, straight killer bee on the swarm. And when it's time to get big, she put a game face on.
Enemies all around you. One mistake and they'll down you. They just want to rain on our parade. I said the enemies.
Goes to the killer for that one. So you know we get this little clip right here from my boy Reverend Manning. Always on full blast. He attacks Obama, which is kind of crazy because he only goes after him. There's so much other stuff, you know. So I don't know. I'm a little sketchy by that. But this is his little new report.
Drone strike.
Two different stories.
Obama spent a half an hour meandering yesterday talking about terrorism and, you know, no major terrorist events since 9/11 and on and on. You heard the speech. If you didn't hear it, good for you. You're blessed if you didn't hear it, but I had to listen to it. But he wanted to talk about drones because there has been a lot of pressure about Obama's indiscriminate drone killing of innocent people and 4 Americans that have been killed, which is unconstitutional under any set of circumstances. Killing an American without a trial, without a jury trial, is unconstitutional. Obama has killed 4. And one of those 4 with a drone strike. And one of those 4 that Obama killed was a 16-year-old son of Anwar al-Awlaki, who was killed along with, shortly after his father had been killed there in Yemen. And both of these young men were citizens of America. Anwar al-Awlaki was born here in America as a U.S. citizen, though he had taken up what many in the media and security of our land, the FBI, Homeland Security, CIA, were reporting that he had become militant and had joined and was leading up an Al-Qaeda or Taliban type of group. And so they drone struck him. They killed his son as well. This is beginning to, somehow or another, there is pressure on the Obama administration to respond to this, so therefore that was what that speech was all about yesterday. But more importantly, well, not necessarily more important, but in addition to the importance of what I just outlined,
we need more fear! More fear!
Of 8 o'clock,
they want to put chips in us and they can join us
across from Bill O'Reilly on weeknight was fired, even though they moved him over to Saturday night. They gave him a position, I think, on Saturday night, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Saturday evenings and Sunday evenings, I think, as well. But he was literally fired for bringing on Robert Greenwald, who was a former CIA operative who was able to document that Obama's drone strikes has killed 178 children and 4,000 civilians, and most of them innocent.
Get that mac and cheese, everybody.
It is reported that only 2% of the people that have been killed thus far with drones are even suspected to be terrorists, not even found guilty of being terrorists, but are suspected of such. But in that group, 178 children have been killed. So something is afoot, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, that is brought Obama to the podium yesterday to address the drone matter, where he says that he laid out the fact that no Americans will be killed, no drones will be used over American, that there must be a definite proof, and that no innocents will be killed. Well, he lied right through the whole process.
Area of jurisdiction.
What I want to talk to you about is trying to understand what a droned America will be, because it's coming, everybody. It's just coming. How many of you can remember the days when you said you would never buy water? You would never pay money for more water. How many of you remember that? Are you old enough to remember where, you wanted water, you go to a water fountain or a restaurant or something, you ask for water, they give you water. And water was pretty accessible. Your water fountains were everywhere, in buildings, offices, hallways, government buildings, schools.
You can be a U.S. citizen or you can be an American, but you can't be both.
The first people stepped out there to market water.
You heard that? I'm going to have to run that one back.
Fatality.
Anyone who claims to be a citizen of the United States, under legal definition of the United States, is pledging their allegiance to Washington, D.C. or the District of Columbia.
To take me away, They're coming to take me away. To the funny part where life is beautiful all the time.
Use that to remind you that a droned America, where America will be gridded out, that is to say, there'll be a pattern.
The total jurisdictional authority and territory of the corporation in Washington is the District of Columbia. Period. It has never been legislated any differently.
Individual people who will have drones that will follow them around everywhere they go. There will be certain individuals in America.
So why is the District of Columbia ruling over the states in America? Well, they're doing it. Go back to the implied consent that we talked about earlier.
Around the world.
So we might as well switch it up since they want to get crazy.
But one mystery remains.
Get that mac and cheese, everybody.
Early morning debate show. Carl Calzone and Two-Tone Tortellini. Hit him with it.
Tonight, we count down the
Yo, this is King Midas, and you're listening to the Golden Debate Show. It's Golden Certified. Can you dig it?
Signs of global conquest. One thing cannot be denied. Each and every one will spell a different fate for the human race.
If the evidence is true, then there's some type of reality to the extraterrestrial presence.
Join us as the top 10 alien plots are unsealed. A global effort has begun. Secret files hidden from the public for decades.
We got the Golden Debate shit around.
There's other guys that they look like, I don't know.
Doesn't make you say everybody. Unseen alien files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Our first alien plot involves a threat that could be hiding within plain sight of every human on Earth. But some theorists believe it's only a secret. If you work for NASA.
Golden Debate Show.
Number 10.
Is there life out there? Is it smarter than us? And is there vampires, more vampires than the vampires that the daily vampires with
the first American spacecraft to return photos of a world we had never seen. The moon.
This other guy, what they
But
look
what
like,
about the
I don't
photos
know.
we
This don't make no
didn't
sense,
see?
everybody.
Now, what's not talked about is
I
some
don't
of
know
the
what to
actual
do about the
photographs that
depression
weren't
and
shown
inflation and
publicly.
the Russians and the
A
crime
case
in
can
the
be
street.
made.
All I
They
know
were
is that
successful,
first,
that they
you've
were able
got to
to
get mad.
transmit images
You've
back
got to
to
say,
the moon,
I'm a human
back
being.
to
God
Earth, and
damn
that they
it.
did show artificial structures on the moon.
Science.
Down there in one of those
Some
catacombs.
aliens were not only discovered on the moon, but are now cooperating with NASA, a claim supported by the alleged discoveries of a man named Gary McKinnon.
What was that, science?
Gary McKinnon
Two different
is a
stories.
British ufologist who a couple of years ago hacked into secure computers at NASA in the United States from the UK and found some incredible documents that listed something called non-terrestrial officers.
Could this document prove that our government is working with aliens?
Okay. Shut up already. This is science.
It meant that NASA not only knew about an ET presence, but that it was dealing with an ET presence on a regular basis.
Whether aliens are working with our scientists or the other way around, this alien plot could prove there is more to the moon than the public was led to believe. Number 9.
They over there chilling the dark side of the
Alien-human
moon that we
hybrids.
never get to see.
The Grays. The very name strikes fear in the heart of
Hit 'em
any
with the
true
light,
believer.
golden light.
During an alien abduction, Greys are the most commonly described entity that not only does or conducts the abduction, but also makes the victim undergo medical experiments.
Also have a crucial weakness, the inability to reproduce.
How they may sustain their own race is through a procedure called hybridization.
All units go to condition 2. Report bizarre reproductive experiments that often end with aliens presenting them with hybrid children to hold.
Hybrid Vikings!
Evidence for alien
Diamond on a mic
hybridization.
when
The
late
answer could be
comes
in the misshapen skulls
shining
found
like
throughout
it's
the world.
light time.
If this is an alien plot to hybridize all of mankind, could
Down there
our
in one of
future
those
be to
catacombs.
live as an
This other-
intergalactic race? After all, how sure are you that you couldn't be half alien?
Science.
The next alien plot in our countdown proposes a very different theory that may reveal
Make sure and download Golden Debate Show.
Golden Debate Show.
Number 8. Underwater extraterrestrials.
On November 8th,
Science.
2010, a mysterious object came out of the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California and seemingly streaked towards the sky towards space. No one could identify or could see what this object was, and when the military was questioned about it, they had no idea either.
But the object appeared to have launched from between Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Catalina,
Science.
an area UFO hunters refer to as the Devil's Triangle of the West, and the location of a possible underwater base.
This image shows large
Yeah, I agree, there's danger in
size
there.
of 2 football fields deep under the surface of the ocean, sitting on the ocean floor.
So I don't know. Like I said, you gotta have an open mind on the
Down there
internet.
in one of those catacombs. This other guy, what they look like, I don't know.
This is exactly the kind of base they would have.
In this universe.
And I'm not sure they would want to even fuck with us.
Coming up,
Pretty
from
hideous
extraterrestrial
creatures.
bioweapons to
Let's get into
UFO
another
attacks
track.
caught on film.
Sir,
Our countdown of alien
we'll get
plots
in.
has just begun.
Pretty long
and
clip,
it all
but it's
leads
pretty
to
good.
a number 1 plot.
It's crazy
like
at first,
nothing
but I think it makes some
you've
sense.
ever heard before. This is
Lightning strike electricity. MC rip rhymes, DJ cut the wax viciously. The combo, maliciously raw, ingenious and precise. Mad nice, soon to be subject to mad heist. Niggas talking about they rock mad ice, living mad shice in the battle of art versus trends. Poetry ends when money contends. The recipe blends and becomes diluted, polluted in fact, but check who's been recruited intact with rhymes for your mind. Every day's a struggle cause society framed you. But raise your head and walk with pride because I came to.
Science.
The only place I can find justice is deep inside of these lines that I designed, displaying situations of the times. People in general are targets of big money markets, and they're all disposable unless you come ready to work, fully posable, with suit and tie, ready to buy into the bullshit images of people claiming that money's what their religion is. Filthy females that are visionless and flows that are positionless. Let me be your mind's eye and visionless. Rise above the power is limitless. The ghetto's designed to leave you spiritless, living from day to day, dodging AK spray. Niggas doing anything to pay.
It's just
Fight the light of day, the fallen God's been led astray. I must retaliate. Why? Because they made it that way. Fully educated rhyme spray. My way is to give you something to cling to so you can survive.
Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
So this next clip is, like I said, it's pretty interesting. Take it for what it is. This guy is called Jack Black. He has his own little podcast.
Like the Hallmark calling card for people that do bad things to society. I'll leave it there. Maybe that person died. It never existed in the first place, and the fake ambulance driver wheeled out the real shooter. I'm just saying. I don't know, because no one's telling me anything. I don't really know what happened here. I just know that this motive and all of this is a little convenient. Getting back to our story. Guns might not be the only
down there in one of those catacombs.
You see, guns don't kill people.
They look like,
people on antipsychotics kill people.
This don't make no sense to everybody.
New York Magazine wrote a piece about the shooter Adam Lanza's supposed Asperger's syndrome as a red herring meant to distract from the real problem, guns.
Science.
Inside the piece, they report Adam Lanza's uncle said the boy was prescribed Fanapt, a controversial antipsychotic medicine. You could just look at this guy and go, man, you can just see the picture that's been floating around on Adam Lanza. You can just look at that and say, okay, there is a candidate for serious psychiatric abuse. In fact, he looks like he'd been psychiatrically abused. He looked like he was on drugs. So it was very easy for us to come to that conclusion, even though others have denied there's any evidence of that. And this is convenient. Once this started getting out, the New York Daily News had to backpedal. Had to remove the reference from the article. Had to scrub that from the article. You can't have that. Maybe they got a call from the pharmaceutical cartel saying they're going to lift all of their advertising, which generally props up and supports most of your news networks. Maybe they got a call from somebody higher up in government that said, we're not going with this story. Shut it down. The excuse? They're maybe not sure now Adam Lanza's uncle was his uncle. Oh, they're taking every kind of thing from every neighbor possible. In fact, this whole theory that the kid was jealous of his mommy came from some unidentified Marine military guy that lived in the neighborhood that you don't know. I mean, they're more than happy to use shaky references if it helps paint the official story and drives us to the official solution. It helps, stem the right reaction to get to that solution for the problem that it's show up and But no, he was on Fanapt. Was the subject of a Bloomberg report when it passed regulators, your wonderful FDA at Monsanto. Did they actually move the FDA offices in the Monsanto building? No, I know because they're here in my town. Yeah, after previously getting a non-approval stamp for Fanapt, FDA approved it. Why wasn't it approved, you might ask? There are many reasons, some of which have to do with competing entities in a competitive market. Competition is a sin. I'm not saying that. That's what they call them, robber barons, whatever the elite, that's what they say. The main cited reason for the rejection was that it caused severe heart problems and enough patients to cause a stir. Well, we all know. You've seen the ads for the antipsychotic medication. They've actually now got, if your antipsychotic medication doesn't work, take a backup antipsychotic. Bulk up on your antipsychotics, and then it takes them 15, 20 seconds to, as fast as they can, rifle through any number of potential symptoms that can arise from taking this medicine. Fanapt, I guess more importantly, is one of many drugs the FDA pumped out with an ability to exact the opposite desired effect on people. That is, inducing rather than inhibiting psychosis and aggressive behavior.
Get that mac and cheese.
Science. This is the thing. This is what is maddening. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy.
Yeah, man, they're giving you these
pills,
suicidal tendencies. So
and
I guess I'm
they're gonna
crazy.
make you crazy. Exactly.
Because I think that if people exhibit
And they
these
put you in these
psychotic
bins.
and potential aggressive behavior along the
Well,
way,
okay,
you shouldn't give them
myself.
something
Now, then, one
that
of
its
those
side effect is
chemicals.
psychosis
Fucking
and
hell.
aggressive
Other guys,
behavior.
they look like,
I'm just saying,
no.
Tell me about it, yo.
I admit
fake-
I am
that's
not a doctor.
crazy
I'm not
talk.
Dr. Drew.
That's
I'm not
cra-
Dr. Laura.
That's shenanigans.
I'm not Dr. Maddow. Whatever. I just don't know about this. All I know is that from all the shootings we have seen, all the public shootings and the mass violence we have seen are almost always, maybe 99% of the time, connected to SSRIs, antidepressants. The last thing we need is more of our kids forced into this. In fact, you can actually correlate the rise in violence to the rise in the doling out of these antipsychotics. I'm telling you, somebody make a map for me with your Photoshop or whatever. Make a map, do the statistics. I'd love to post that. We'll get that out to everybody. Show because we have been watching the more Medicare, Medicaid for kids have been offered.
Science.
And it's getting offered more than ever in the Obama administration, so it just is going up and up and up and up. And I had Dr. John Breeding on with me many times, who's an expert in this field, to state the numbers that it is absolutely insane. Millions and millions of kids, more every year, are getting and being forced to take these antipsychotic drugs. I say being forced because I think little children most likely wouldn't take these by themselves. They wouldn't want to feel like this. I have myself been drugged with something like antipsychotic drug, without my knowledge. Coming off of that, I'm completely detached from reality. They talk about, I thought I was in a movie or in a video game. I mean, that's how it feels.
And
Nothing
any
looks
other
the
thing
same.
that we do, decided to go to
And if you are somebody who already has some kind of psychosis, it's going to make it worse, especially when you come off of it, which is usually what happens. Psychiatric side effects include, this is again from FANAPT, side effects include restlessness, aggression, and delusion have been reported frequently, hostility, increased libido, paranoia, something called anorgasmia, that's a new one on me, confusional state, mania, catatonia, mood swings, panic attacks, obsessive compulsive disorder, bulimia nervosa, delirium, polydipsia, psychogenic, that one, impulse control disorder, and major depression. All have been reported infrequently. I mean, if it happens to, infrequently means out of the millions of kids that would take something like this, people, not just kids on the bus here, only tens of thousands of them will exhibit these problems.
Jack Black's doing his thing. There's Jack Black, it might be
rise
funny.
in public violence and these
to the next
unthinkable
We're almost out of here, Golden Debate.
Keeping in mind that this could have all
get
been
it
a
on.
massive psyop
Come
from the beginning. To talk about that in the second hour today, going to blow your mind a little bit. You're going to have to really open your minds to listen to what we're going to tell
jobs
you.
And
SK
jobs.
Bain is back.
Let's vote for jobs.
This book is the most dangerous book in the world. 9/11 is mass ritual. He looks at all these signs, including some of the Batman stuff we've talked about. It's more of it is coming in as we speak, and all these various signs that could identify these shootings as psyops. He's also, by the way, predicting
jobs and jobs.
Okay, so there's that. Used to work for the Weekly Standard and Bill Kristol and the Project for New American Century. So I guess in a way you can call him a whistleblower. You take all this stuff with a grain of salt and keep an open mind.
I can't help it.
It was dropped by first producer, picked up by another, initially rejected by the
Get that mac and
FDA,
cheese.
and then later
Science
picked up
deserves
and
the
mass
mac and
produced.
cheese.
Let's go over that little
I'm looking at a binder full of letters
how about if
from
one
group
in a million
of,
people
third
go
graders
nuts
from
and shoot
North
20
Philadelphia.
kids? Is that okay?
And they all wrote to me about guns.
FANAPT was
My
dropped
mom
by
used to have an
first
expression,
producer, picked
out
up
of the
by-
mouths of babes come gems of wisdom. And these little kids, they understand because a lot of them have seen the effects of gun violence in the streets. I want to read to you a little bit about what these kids in one of the city's most impoverished schools have to say. Camilla says, I want to discuss with you why you want to stop
Let's
gun
vote
violence.
for jobs.
I think it's because you want less people passing away.
Jackass.
Marilyn said, you should close gun stores. That's my opinion. Ishmael says, I heard you take care of gun violence. Maybe no guns at all, but the police can get safety guns. That would change the
Get
world.
that mac and cheese.
You
Everybody
can go
deserves
out
their mac and
on the
cheese.
stage and just say, I want to stop using guns. And Damaris, a young girl, said, I want to discuss gun violence with you. Like, why do people use guns and why do they kill people? Also, why don't people be kind to one another? I'm kind to everyone. And then Ryan, congratulations, Mr. Biden, on being vice president and dancing with your wife. He saw a picture at the inauguration. He went on to say, I'm asking if you come with your wife to see our school.
Jobs,
I'm gonna
and
try to do
jobs.
that. The whole point here is that these children, many of them who I suspect have seen gun violence, have witnessed it, don't understand why we can't do something about it.
Catacombs. There's
There's a
other
lot we
guys,
can
what they
do.
look like, I don't know.
The concept of the world as a battlefield actually is not something I thought up. It's a doctrine, actually a military doctrine called operational preparation of the battle space, which views the world as a battlefield. And what it says is that if there are countries where you predict, where the military predicts that conflicts are likely or that war is forward deploy to those countries to prepare the battlefield. And under both Bush and the world has been declared the battlefield. You know, the authorization for the use of military force that was passed after 9/11 is technically the law that President Obama and his administration point to when they say they have a right to drone strike in Yemen because these people are connected to the 9/11
There goes again,
attacks.
Yemen.
But in reality,
Yemen.
one of the enduring legacies of the Obama presidency is going to be that he solidified this Cheney-esque view of the U.S.
Cheney-ass motherfucker, Cheney-ass motherfucker.
Shots to your grill. Call me the Cheney.
Jobs, and jobs.
This is a Pandora's box that has been opened, and I don't think we get the lid back on it. And I don't believe
Get that mac and
the White
cheese.
House just found out about
Everybody
this
deserves their mac and cheese.
The president happened to grab a TV shot or just read Mr. George's report and said, you know what? We
Get that mac and cheese.
Anybody heard about this?
Get that mac and cheese.
I'm just getting the first look at this. Shouldn't somebody be responsible?
Deserves their mac
Maybe
and
the executive
cheese.
office, maybe Treasury falls in there. I'm not sure that we understand how that organizational chart works, but I am really concerned. Now, I got to tell you, where you're sitting, you should be outraged, but you're not. The American people should be outraged, and they are. This committee, this has nothing to do with political parties. This has to do with highly targeted groups. This reconfirms everything that the American public believes. This is a huge blow to the faith and trust that the American people have in their government. Is there any limit to the scope of where you folks can go? Is there anything at all? Is there any way that we could ask you, is there any question you shouldn't have asked? My goodness, how much money do you have in your wallet? Who do you get emails from? Whose sign do you put up in your front yard?
What you doing? How you doing it? Why you doing it? Why you doing it?
You don't want to get that
Down there in one of those
It's golden though.
catacombs, there's other guys, what they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense, niggas.
Champagne on the rocks, pouring a Fort Knox Lazarus, shark salad with cabbage, pork chops and applesauce, twin connection, disrespect and watch your body cave and pump the shotty gauge and hit the shorty body training.
It's the only way you can really get out short of invading that country. We
Get that mac and cheese, everybody.
It's so hot. So I would say they
Now
are,
it's
they are
time
yes.
to say goodbye.
This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country.
Let's vote for jobs.
You informed of all developments.
The ghost and the darkness have come.
Show. All thoughts and opinions are solely that of the host, guests, and sources, and is only to keep free thought alive. Golden Show, earlymorningmob.com.
Yeah!
Woo! Chip deserves their mac and cheese.
Peace.
Science. Get that gold cheese. Deserves their mac and cheese.
Blessed golden knowledge.
Initially rejected by the FDA, but later picked up and mass-produced.
Jobs.
I love these. People have the FDA protecting our air, our water, our food, the EPA, the FDA. By putting their stamp of approval on something, just for example, they make people believe that it's safe. If we just, if somebody just produced this, we didn't have the FDA, and you could just go to the store and somebody went, Fanapt, it will cure violent aggression.